I'm probably going to get a lot of crap for this from a grand majority of the other critics on the internet. Because, much like every other recent Adam Sandler movie, people just want to dump on it. All the time. It's ridiculous. And, yeah, I'm just going to say right now, this is going to be a positive review. A great review, actually, as a matter of fact. Because yesterday, I finally saw Happy Gilmore 2, and I'm happy to say it is a worthy sequel. Now, keep in mind, that doesn't mean that it is better than the original. No. The original, still the best one, still a classic. But this sequel, not only is it better than most of the critics are trying to have you believe that it is, but it's also a genuinely just really great, fun movie. Now, granted, it does some things that I'm not a fan of, but as far as legacy sequels go, you can certainly do a lot worse. So, yeah. This may or may not just be my fan side talking because of how much I adore the first movie. I mean, the first movie is like one of my favorite movies of all time, of course. So, yeah, there's going to be some bias. But, even if you take the bias out, this is just a really great, fun movie, man. It's entertaining. So, yeah, I'm going to get crap for this, but I don't care. This is my opinion, this is my channel, and this is my review. So, what's up? What's happening? What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Mission Station. This is Fantasy and Everything Mission, including TV and movies, especially Adam Sandler. I am your host and huge Adam Sandler fan, Jackson Small. Welcome to my review of Happy Gilmore 2. In my opinion, this movie is great, but not better than the original. I want to make that preference right up front before people start leaving comments about it. So, I got a pretty long written review for this one that perfectly maps out everything that I like about the movie, but all the things I'm also not a big fan of. But I'm just gonna say right now, this is a super positive review, and I'm so happy to say that, man. Like, yes, it is only time will tell kind of territory whether or not it'll actually make the best list, but I do really like this movie. So, without further ado, let's just talk about it. Here is my review for Happy Gilmore 2. Enjoy. It's controversial, but I hope you enjoy. Talk about a long shot. Well, part of me was happy, pun intended, thank you very much. You know me, how much I love my bad puns. To see Adam Sandler bringing back my favorite character for another golfing tournament, I was also terrified that it would end up a cataclysmic disaster, because his most recent sequel was Murder Mystery 2, and that thing is a giant pile of unwatchable crap. And the marketing immediately showing a ton of cameos and product placement right out of the gate really didn't help. However, after rewatching the original again, I took a deep breath, went to my own happy place, relaxed, and went into the sequel with as open of a mind as I could. And I'm incredibly pleased to say that Happy Gilmore 2 is really good. Positives first. The returning characters are a delight. All of them. Happy is a delight, Hal is a delight, Shooter McGavin's a delight. All the returning characters, they are all a delight. Whether they have a big role or a small role, they're all a delight and really good to see and hear. Along with Oscar, the best new character in this movie, played by Bad Bunny of all people. I didn't even know it was him, honestly. Because here, not only is he funny, but he also does a great job at paying homage to the homeless caddy from the first movie. So yeah, Oscar, easily the best new character in the movie, and I can see him becoming a classic beloved character of this franchise, very quickly. The golf scenes are over the top and genuinely fun to watch. Yes, they are over the top, corny, and all kinds of ridiculous, but this is a movie that knows what it is, and it has fun with it. And as long as it goes over the top and it's having fun, which everyone was clearly having a ball with this movie, I mean, it's hard to really get angry about. It's fun. It's over the top, goofy, corny, and genuinely fun to watch. Especially the final hole that they put for this particular golf course, which is not at all possible by human standards, but it's fun and just crazy enough that it just becomes hilarious. The new character arc for Happy himself is solid. I will say I don't like how they actually started off his arc, but I did like his arc throughout the movie, and it was surprisingly relatable in some ways. Obviously, I can't say why, because it's a massive spoiler, but it is a solid new character arc that forwards the character relatively well. The cameos were surprisingly great and added to the experience. The only cameo I didn't like was Travis Kelce. That is literally the only one. The rest were either a cool, hi, cool to see you here and gone moment, or actually funny. Especially Eminem. Eminem is the best part of this movie. And if you haven't seen the marketing yet, I'll just fill you in a little bit on his part here. Eminem, he is towards the end of the movie, and he plays the son of the peddler from the first movie. You know, the one that constantly calls Happy Gilmore a jackass. And here, they give him a little bit more character, but he also gets to just be as goofy, corny, and over the top as possible. And even though he has one of the shortest parts of the entire movie, I was on the floor rolling in laughter. Like, Eminem, I'm surprised he's not in more comedies. This dude's sense of humor is ridiculously good. And here, it's no different. It might be my favorite role of his from all the movies that he's done. Yes, I know it's not his first Adam Sandler movie. He was in Funny People, but this was just plain hilarious. I loved his role in this movie, and I think having him as the peddler's son was the perfect way to have him in the movie. That's just my personal opinion. But then, of course, you have some of the other cameos. You get Becky Lynch, you have Guy Fieri, you have, of course, a bunch of actual real-life golfers. I don't remember all their names because I don't watch golf, but I've been told by the internet they're real-life golfers. And then, of course, you have some other celebrities. Of course, you have some of Adam's friends like Rob Schneider and Steve Buscemi. So, yeah. The cameos I was expecting to be cringe were actually surprisingly good. A lot better than some of the other cameos I've seen recently. I know what you did last summer. I am looking right at you. What else? The pacing is pretty good. It's not perfect pacing, but it's good enough to keep your attention. The runtime is more than reasonable. It's a perfectly short movie. It doesn't try to overstay its welcome, and it does a lot in the short time that it has, but it doesn't feel like it's doing too much. The comedy is surprisingly hilarious and had me laughing a lot. It's not funnier than the original, but it was never going to be. And if you take it at base value with this movie, it's hilarious. I especially love this gag where they take pretty much everything possible that shouldn't be a drinkable thing and made it drinkable. Like, you have a gag where a television remote is full of alcohol, you have a gag where a golf ball is full of alcohol. Like, Happy has incredibly creative ways to just find ways to store alcohol in everything that he does. There's alcohol in cucumbers, there's alcohol in cuckoo clocks. It is all over the place. And every time he does it, for some reason, it gets more ridiculous and had me laughing. Like, even in one scene where he's holding up little, like, range binoculars, he takes the top off of that because he has liquor in that, too. Like, it's surprisingly funny. The callbacks all brought a smile to my face. People can call it nostalgia bait. I don't care. I actually think this is one of the better uses of nostalgia in recent Legacy sequels. And rewatchability is high. I can see myself rewatching this easily whenever I'm rewatching the original. Yeah, I really like this movie that much. That being said, though, while the original is still an undeniable, definitive hole-in-one, this sequel is closer to a birdie or an eagle. And much like Happy himself, it does have some rust. Like, I do really like this movie, but I can't quite say I love it yet. Like, it's super rewatchable, but it's got some pretty big flaws we gotta discuss. Firstly, the story, while it is a bold change from the first, it doesn't fully work. And it's not because of Happy's character arc. No, that part's fine. I mean, like, the ways that tries to make all this commentary about modernism and all that stuff. That is where the story, I think, falls a little flat. The writing can be hit or miss. Sometimes, most of the time actually, you do get some really good writing, and then other times you get your standard stereotypical Sandler writing. Yeah, you have those moments in here. They're not awful, but they're in there. The modern stuff is very, very cringe. But to be fair, it was more than likely done on purpose. Yeah, all the modern stuff in here is very, very cringe. But I have a feeling that it was cringe to the point of becoming hilarious. I don't know. Maybe that's just me, the way I'm looking at it. Every now and then a joke doesn't land, which happens. With most comedies, when you have like good joke after good joke after good joke, every now and then you're going to have one that just either goes over your head or is not really as funny as everything else you just heard. It's just what happens sometimes. This movie's still very funny. The new villain is just terrible. Not Maxi Golf. I do like the concept of it and how it tries to overtake this other golf and actually give Happy a opponent that actually puts him on his toes a lot more than Shooter McGavin. But at the same time, it's all run by this one very, very terrible new character, this new villain guy that I don't even remember his name, that is so modern and so cringe that he goes to the point of just being annoying. Like, the villain, by far the worst part of the movie. The product placement is egregious. It is in here, it is very prevalent, and it is as egregious as you expect. But it doesn't harm the overall experience, it's just intrusive. And the legacy character they decide to kill off, while it works story-wise, is a huge bummer. Obviously, I can't say who it is, that is a huge spoiler, but yeah, the movie did kind of start off on a bit of a dour bummer note. So just be prepared for that, but trust me when I say it picks itself back up relatively quick. Overall, though, I actually had a great time with this Legacy sequel, and as a fan, I was plenty satisfied. Sure, it's not a perfect straight shot, and it's not quite as great as the original, but as garbage like the recent I Know What You Did Last Summer showed earlier this month, and it's a movie I outright refuse to review because none of those movies are good, you can certainly do a lot worse Legacy sequels. It won't be for everyone. There are people that are dumping on this movie, and if you gave it a chance and you ended up not liking it, I respect your opinion. But if you're just dumping on it because it's Adam Sandler, you have problems. And also, if you're one of the people that are expecting high art out of this movie, you're going in with the wrong expectation. AKA Sean Chandler and Cody Leach. Like, come on, guys. Don't go in expecting high art. That is not what this is supposed to be. It's supposed to be a fun, goofy comedy with a little bit of an emotional core. Just saying, you're looking at it the wrong way. But for fans of Adam Sandler, and especially fans of the original Happy Gilmore, that are accepting and not toxic Snyder-level douchebags, this is a worthy addition. Speed your golf carts over to Netflix and take a swing for yourself. Final verdict for this movie is going to be a strong, but rusty, 8 out of 10. It's a great movie. It is. I had a great time watching it, and I can easily see myself rewatching this again. But I can't say I quite love it because it does have a fair bit of rust that still needed to shake off throughout its runtime. So, it's a great movie, I just don't quite love it like I do the original. That being said, maybe over time with more rewatches, which I'm definitely going to be rewatching this again, a lot, just like I do with the original, maybe it will be able to go up on the score a little higher. But as it is now, it's an 8 out of 10, it's a great movie, and it's still worth your time. It may not be getting that gold or green heart of approval, but it's still worth your time, trust me. Trust me, more than worth your time. As long as you are accepting and not a single-minded douche. Between this and the awesome K-pop Demon Hunters, Netflix is having a damn great year so far. Seriously, Netflix, you're killing it so far. Please keep doing what you're doing. You're doing a great job. Okay, that's it. That's all I got. Thank you guys so much for watching. Feel free to like, share, and subscribe for more happy videos like this almost every single day. And I'll see you in the next review. Take care.
Excited for what comes up ahead.